Hello, I'm Darren the Magic Ghostbuster, and in this video we're taking a look at the Withdrawn RTV toy made by Hasbro. So these were originally supposed to be released alongside the release of Ghostbusters Afterlife, and some of them did make them into the shops. I say shops, as far as I know, the only two places I'm aware that managed to sell some of these was Amazon and Pop Culture in Australia. There may have been some other places, but they were very limited and they were withdrawn very quickly. So not many made it out. Now, I don't think Hasbro ever officially commented on why it was withdrawn, but a lot of people think it's because of the shape of the Muncher Ghost that came with it. Now, many of these have been turning up on eBay recently from China. I got one a few months back now, and I managed to get another one for Christmas. So I thought, why not open it and see what it looks like. Now, I always said these were going to turn up eventually because people were paying silly money for these when they first come out, and it was announced they were withdrawn. I've seen them go for £400 or £500 or dollars, which I think was insane. I always said, there's probably like thousands of these sitting in a shipping container somewhere in China, and eventually we'll get them. And I was right. So I think you can get these for like sort of $60, $70 now. I don't know what the original RRP was. I think it was about 40. It looks like it'd be something that should be about $40. But anyway, let's cut the tape. There is our RTV, so we'll look at that in a moment. Let's just take a quick look at the box, why not? So you can see it's a similar style packaging we've got on a lot of Hasbro Ghostbusters products. You've sort of got the fins from the Ecto 1 along the bottom, some caution striping, the Afterlife logo, and then some nice artwork of the RTV in action there. And then the back, we have someone playing with the RTV itself. So there you go. Let's get rid of that. So here is the RTV. It does look like some assembly is required. And it looks like there's a lot of things to hold it in that need cutting. So let's cut those. So I did do a little YouTube short just showing the box off a while back, and I can't remember who it was. Someone did comment asking if I could do a proper review of it, and I must admit I never really thought I'd end up with another one, so I didn't think this was a video I was ever going to make, but because I did want to keep one in the packaging. And oh, why is this one not? There we go. Right, so we've got the RTV out. So, some assembly required. So this is what we've got so far. And then we've got this bag of parts. So we've got the handle, the Muncher Ghost. Looks like a couple of bits that will just go onto the side of the trap, I'm guessing. The doors, and then some instructions. So don't think there's going to be anything too complicated here. It looks like the doors are just going to slide on, so onto these parts. Just make sure we get them the right way. So there we go, there's one, two, and then okay, right, so Muncher is going to go there, that's going to slide in, okay, and then that shuts, so I don't even need to look at the instructions for a lot of this. The handle looks like that clips on, Looks like the handle is never going to come out again. And then we've got these two little parts here, which I guess I should actually read the instructions, shouldn't I? Instead of trying to guess. But so let's take a look. Here's the instructions. So, oh, looks pretty similar. Ah, yes, right. So these go on the front. To replicate the lights on the front of the RTV. So there you go, and then the next thing we're going to need to do is put batteries in. So 6 AA's. So we need to put some in the controller. Okay, so the controller takes 2 AA's. So like I said, I'm not sure that Hasbro ever officially said why this was withdrawn. If you are aware that they definitely 100% said that was the reason, I mean, I'm pretty sure that will be the reason, but if you've ever seen an actual proper official confirmation, not just some random on Facebook, because that's the problem with social media nowadays, is someone will write something, you know, just some nobody, and I don't mean that disrespectful, you know, but someone who, you know, doesn't work for Hasbro or anything will come up with something, and suddenly everyone seems to think that's the official line. And that is the problem there. We, I think, with the world, we take too much info from people that don't actually know. But anyway, batteries are in. So okay, so that makes noises, certainly. And there's the on button. Oh, there you go, and he pops up. So, put that in again. So you get quite a lot of sounds out of the controller. Yeah, and then Muncher pops up. It seems to go against the point of the trap, the ghost escaping. You'd think it'd make more sense to have him out and then get sucked in. But there we go. So, looks like it just goes forward and backwards. No, no direction stuff. So it sounds like going back is what activates the ghost. So, and then going forward, because if I go back, you can hear it release in the doors, doing whatever it does to release those doors. It doesn't seem like a bad toy. I think we should take it outside and give it a quick whirl. So as you can see, using it outside, this door kept opening. Now, outside isn't incredibly bumpy. It's not a completely smooth surface like my kitchen floor, and you know, it did work fine on the kitchen floor when I was trying it. But outside, you know, it's not that bumpy at all. You know, hardly bumpy, and yet it was forcing that door open, which to me is really poor design work on Hasbro's part, because ultimately these are going to be used by kids outdoors for play, because you need a pretty long stretch because you can't turn it, you know. when it did turn slightly, that was just of its own accord. You couldn't control the way it turned, so that's pretty poor. You know, pretty bad design flaw, I think, actually, on this. But overall, I mean, other than that, it does look pretty cool. You know, it reminds me of the old Kenner style things, you know, with the blue design rather than it being black. You know, and it looks pretty cool. You know, I think this is a sort of £35 toy, roughly, in my estimations. I think if you're going to buy this online as a collectible, I mean, last time I looked at prices, they were sort of around the £70 mark. I think as a collectible, yeah. If you're buying it as a toy for someone, I don't think it's worth that, personally. I think, you know, sort of half that, especially because of this door opening. You can't turn it. I just think, as a toy, it's not a very good toy, really. It would annoy me pretty quick. Even as a kid, I think I'd get annoyed that you can't turn or anything. You know, it does have some good features. Obviously, the muncher popping out is a cool feature, despite the way he looks. But, you know, noises that come out of the controller sound pretty cool. But yeah, but I just don't think it's a great toy, really. I think, you know, it needed to turn. You know, it reminds me of toys from the 80s where you had a remote control car that would only go backwards and forwards on a wire, you know. You know, this is like, not in this day and age, it should turn, definitely. I'm trying to think of this more as the mind of a child, because, you know, I've bought this as a collectible, really. I've only played with this for the video, and I think as a kid I would have been disappointed. I think like the first impressions would be cool, and yeah, you'd have a little bit of fun moving it forwards and back occasionally, but I just don't think it's a good toy. Sorry. And also I think the fact that Muncher pops out is a bit backwards. It should have been Muncher going in, because, you know, it's a ghost trap. You're supposed to be trapping him. He's not escaping. But yeah, let me know what you think. You know, you may completely disagree with me, and that's fine. You know, you're entitled to your own opinions. But let me know what you think of this. Did you manage to get one of these when it first came out? Did you pay the highly inflated price, or did you get one recently? Or do you agree with me? Do you think this is a good toy or a bad toy? What's your opinions? But anyway, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep on busting.
Want to give a big shout out to the Magic Ghostbuster. Hey Darren, very, very impressive.